going after African American voters, and by going after them, in this case, I actually mean trying to get their vote. By the way, good luck with that. In some polling, he's as high as 4% with African Americans. In other polling, he's as low as 1% with African Americans. Awesome. As he's doing that, people remembered, oh yeah, didn't Trump bring up that whole birth certificate thing with Obama? He was the one that really emphasized it. That was about 5 years ago. Well, here's my favorite part of the story. Back then, he said that he was sending a team of investigators to Hawaii to look into the birth certificate. Now, when he's asked about it, as recently as this election cycle, he said, yeah, I'm not talking about that anymore. Well, there's a good reason why he's not talking about it anymore. It's because, as usual, he failed. Is there anything this guy doesn't fail at, and fail hard? So, back then, when he theoretically had his investigators looking into it, they asked him about it on TV, and he said, they can't believe what they're finding. Maybe because what they were finding was that Obama is a citizen, and they just couldn't believe it. But in reality, actually, according to a New York Times investigation, they asked the Hawaii State Registrar, has Trump, of course Trump personally isn't going to do it, and we all get that, or anyone related to Trump, or possibly related to Trump, come here and ask for Obama's birth certificate, which, by the way, they have. The Obama team finally wanted to put it to rest in that same year, so they're like, all right, find somebody to go down there and get the long-form birth certificate. They did. They released it. There's no question about it, right? But still, a huge chunk of Republican voters believe in that insane theory. That's, by the way, the reason that Trump brought it up in the first place, and it did help him rise in the polls back then in 2011 when he was thinking of running against Obama in that election cycle. Obviously, he wound up not doing that. But in the meanwhile, when they asked the state registrar, the New York Times did, they said, no, nobody from Trump's camp or no investigators have come looking for Obama's long-form birth certificate. If they had come looking for it, it's right here. We would have given it to them. But no such person ever came by. Because as always, Trump is an enormous liar. He's, I got an investigator looking into it. Yeah, I'll get right on that, okay? We're going to find out what's going on here. The stuff that we're finding is unbelievable. He said the stuff they're finding is unbelievable when they didn't even exist and never went to Hawaii. And as always, in the end, he dropped it like a hot potato because there was nothing there. He couldn't prove anything. And he was just speaking out verbal diarrhea, as usual, from Donald Trump. Yet another episode in Loser Donald. Okay. Goals he sets out to grasp and to achieve, he has almost never achieved. So that's who Loser Donald is. So understand that. He wasn't winning with the birth certificate. He wasn't winning. Turns out the birth certificate was true, and it was long, and it was tremendous. Sorry, Loser Donald. You lose again.